We are back with some more Panthers franchise, and we are off of the Super Bowl week and finally into the re-sign stage here. Just a quick video letting you know who we're re-signing, who we're keeping, who we're letting go before we get into the offseason shenanigans. First things first, the Colts did take down the Seahawks 27-24. He wins the Super Bowl in our first season, and Anthony Richardson gets Super Bowl MVP. The Colts getting it done. They smacked us in the regular season, so it makes sense. He put up a good fight against the Seahawks there, and he gets a W there. I guess we'll just go straight into who we signed, and then we'll talk about who we didn't sign. I did sign, I believe, 5 players, so I'm letting quite a bit go. There are a little bit of some surprises. So first things, what we did is J.C. Horn picked up his 5th-year option. That had to happen. Like, there was no yes or no on this. This is getting picked up, and we will pay the man next year. So he gets picked up there on that 5th-year option. Frankie Louvu, I was going to let him walk. I didn't want to sign him. His re-sign interest was terrible with me, but he must be happy with how we played, made the playoffs, won a playoff game, because come the final re-sign stage, he had a ton of interest in re-signing with us, which was completely different than the first contract I gave him. Was a player-friendly deal, not the very player-friendly, but just the second highest one, and he declined it. So I was like, well, I got to give this dude a very player-friendly deal if he wants to be on the squad, and he got hurt a lot, didn't really produce that much, so I was like, I don't know if it's worth it. He's 27, he's getting up there in age. And re-sign stage comes back, and he has tons of interest, and he's signed just on a neutral offer, 3 years, $38.7 million. I think that's worth it. I think it's worth it for him, about $12 million a year, and I don't want to get too worse. Like, I want to keep my good players here because we got a lot on the offensive side to work on. He didn't have the best season with us, but he is here for 3 more years. I would not have signed him if his re-sign interest didn't increase so where we can get him on a cheaper deal. If it was a player-friendly or very player-friendly, I was going to let him go. But he apparently is hyped to be a Panther, so he stays on the squad. The next are just backups. Just kept them on the team for depth reasons. We're already losing quite a bit of receivers. So Damiere Byrd, 1 year, $2.9 million. Just kept him around. He did get a nice punt return for a touchdown. He's a capable, I guess, veteran receiver we can have. I just didn't want to let all my receivers go and have to sign like 4 receivers. So kept 1. And then backup tackle here, Coleman, 1 year, 2.2. So those are the 5 players that we have re-signed. We had a couple people retire, actually 3. Adam Thielen retired. I didn't even see this. Oh, man. I saw these 2, but I did not even see Adam Thielen. That's crazy. Okay. Well, that's something I did not see coming. Adam Thielen gone just like that after a season. I knew Akeem Hicks would be gone. Henry Anderson's one that's a little unfortunate because he was pretty solid for us at defensive tackle. So now we're really weak at defensive tackle with no Derek Brown. But, we're losing a lot of receivers. So it's a good thing Damiere Byrd stays because Thielen's gone. I'm not re-signing a couple, LaVisca or DJ. It's going to be a very, very different offense. And, that's okay. Thielen gone just like that. Henry Anderson and Akeem Hicks, those are the retires for us. I guess I could show there actually was some other pretty big people that retired. We'll go ahead and just show those real quick. We'll just go through the big names. So, these are pretty. Ndamukong Suh, Xavier Rhodes, Harrison Smith, some big ones there for the Vikings. The Titans lost Ryan Tannehill. The Saints, that's one for us. Cameron Jordan gone. Things you love to see. Here's our retires. Nothing too crazy. Dwayne Brown's gone. Al Wood's gone. Matt Ryan, I didn't even know he was on a team, but apparently he was. Trent Williams, that's a big one. Gone. No more Cordero Patterson. Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelsey, and Brandon Graham. The Eagles take massive blows there. Raheem Mostert gone. Matt Prater, Jason Peters. I thought there was some other big name ones, but maybe not. So these guys are all just free agents. So Adam Thielen gone. Well, that's we're thin at receivers, so we need to make sure we make some moves. We have $28 million in cap as of now. Obviously, I can trade people. I can cut some people once we get into the offseason, which is probably something I might do if we can save a bunch of money so we can try to get some talent in here. 28 is still a decent amount to go out and get some players. I mean, I don't really want to splash all of it because we do have contracts coming up that we are going to have to pay. J.C. Horn, Derek Brown, those guys are coming up, and we will have to pay them. So I don't want to go too crazy, but at least we can work with 28. We can, get some talent in here. So the players we're not going to be signing. Byron Jones, this was one that we knew from the get-go. He was just here for a season rental. Played him in the slot, just helping us out. He was okay. He's old. He's just going to leave now. Deion Jones is a player that I might have honestly re-signed if his re-sign interest was high, where I can get him for a little bit cheaper, but he's not going to re-sign for a neutral offer with that. And I didn't really want to even do a neutral offer. If he had tons of interest, maybe I would have done like a team-friendly option to see if he would take it. He doesn't, so letting him go. DJ Chark, zero interest. Zero interest, which sucks because he was kind of our big play receiver. Jonathan Mingo was okay. He had some big plays here and there, but he was our most consistent down the field target. And he's going to be requiring a lot of money from me, and I just don't got the money to pay him, and he wasn't like that spectacular. So he will be leaving. Same thing for LaVisca, just backup receiver, not worth paying him. He will also be leaving. And we lost Thielen, so 3 receivers gone, just like that, and 2 of them playing a big role. So we really need to get some talent back in there. Blackshear going to let walk, not really a reason to re-sign him with his interest so low. Eric Rowe, we got tons of safeties. He's old, no real reason for that. Marquise Haynes did get a couple starts, but with Frankie coming back, I'm okay with him leaving. Mac McCain, just a backup cornerback. Camu Gruger-Hill, he was out there, made some plays, but the re-sign interest isn't there, and he's old, so we could figure out something else there. Backup left end, I'm going to let him go. Greg Mabin made some plays here or there, but he's old, going to let him go. Deshaun Williams, letting him leave. Sam Heckelberg, whatever his name is, just a bad backup center. He's leaving. Cameron also leaving. Justin Houston, surprised he didn't retire. He's so old, so he will be leaving. Backup guard leaving. And our starting fullback just doesn't have the re-sign interest. He will also be leaving as well. So we got a lot of guys leaving. Like I said, I still could cut some more people. And I probably will once we see. I'm curious to see who actually hits the free agency market. I'm really curious. I haven't really looked that much. But the next video might be a couple days out. I'm going to probably record it once we get towards the end of the free agency cycle. So it'll probably be 3-4 days. I'll update you guys on that, and then we'll do the draft, and then we're back into the season again. So let me know what you guys think about the re-signs. Like I said, Frankie, I didn't really want to, but his re-sign interest just skyrocketed, and I think he's still a quality player. He just got hurt, didn't have the best season. I'm going to run it back with him, 3-year deal. That takes him up till he's about 30, and then we'll probably just let him go after that unless he becomes like amazing. We'll have to find out. I guess before I forget, last thing, I did spend tokens on Brian Burns. He has a much better X Factor now, which is great because his other one was useless. We have Fearmonger on him, so if he gets into the zone, when they enter the zone, they can apply significant pressure on quarterbacks even while engaged with blockers. So nice little ability there, things you love to see. The only thing I could think of why Jamie Robinson's X Factor is not being activated is maybe because he has to hit a certain overall. He's got the Marabu, so he's technically a 77 overall. Maybe he has to be like an 80 for him to even be able to use his X Factor. That's the only thing I could think of, or unless I'm just getting cheesed and he's just, I don't know. We'll see when we're out there if we are able to use his ability or not. Right now, it still says just 1 for him, and even if I hit A on it, I can't even switch it to Jamie. So I'm not too sure why it's doing that, but the defense is looking nice now. We got some X factors there. We just really got to figure out the offensive side of the ball because we're going to be down a running back, a fullback, and 2 receivers. So 3 receivers, I should say, because no Thielen. So it's going to be interesting to see what we can do. Hopefully we make some good draft picks. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.